Hello everyone, welcome back to another Hades video. This is the optimized Hades build order video that Firefox, once again, I think this has gotta be like the 5th or 6th iteration of this build order. Either way, this is going to be the optimized one right now. 3 onto gold, 1 onto wood, and you do this little trick where you use the Catastropos to lure the animal in. Yo, quick announcement. Tune in to my Twitch channel on Friday for an epic show match between Quoth and Matador. That's Friday, 14 GMT. I'll see if I can post it on YouTube after, if I remember. Otherwise, I would love to see you there. Peace! So that the villager doesn't spend time with it. And it's just so nice and easy. You see how well this looks. We'll be looking at this entire game, so actually, let's just use this video as sort of a Hades game plan. 3 onto gold, 1 onto wood, 1 onto food, and then this guy surely just goes onto wood. Yeah, a bit of a misclick up here, unfortunately, for Firefox. And now he's just going scouting. The scouting pattern, you'll notice, is super defensively. He's taking this entire side, and I think he's going to go up here as well. The reason for this is because the matchup is Hades versus Poseidon. So actually, let me pause here. Hades versus Poseidon. So he just wants to scout his side of the map, figure out the best locations for outside hunt, town centers, gold mines, etc. He doesn't care too much about what his opponent's side looks like, because that's Poseidon. Anyways, that's 3 on gold, 1 on wood, 1 on food, and then another on wood. And when this gold mine goes below 2,900 gold, you can build the temple with the gold miners. And now this villager is just going to go on to food. Well, the new ones. There's already a second one. And of course, you all know this, I'm sure. The reason we're doing it is because we're pre-queuing Balls of Erebus. And yeah, we're versus Mosca on Poseidon. A lot of people will say he's like the best Poseidon player there is, and this used to be a super difficult matchup for Hades versus Poseidon. I think it's better now with the fortifications patch and with the villager changes and everything. It just seems like it for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But, oh, also the heroes. The hero buff certainly helped make centaurs less abusive in the Greek mirror. Either way, we're just queuing villagers onto food. 3 villagers on favor. They're getting that 15 favor point. And then we don't build a house immediately. Very important, because the wood, we need to get the wood for a Balls of Erebus first, and then we'll get the wood that we need for the house. And this is another really nice trick that you can use with the Catastropos. The Rhino is not quite depleted just yet, but you can already now start to prepare the gazelles by just luring them in like this. Reason, of course, we want to do it like this is so that we don't spend wood on a granary. And when we don't spend wood on a granary, that means that our Vault of Erebus is going to come in much quicker. 230. You can do it faster than this, by the way. I spoke to Firefox about this video, about this build order, and he said, you can sure you can get it in faster, but if you do that, you're going to sacrifice economy in other ways. And you see, he can just send those villagers from temple back over onto gold. And there's barely any walking time. That's really important when you're doing these build orders in the archaic age. If you can minimize walking time, which is pretty much just idle time for villagers, you should do that. 8 villagers on food is all you need. And now he starts sending over onto wood. And you see Mosca going for a super early advance. You can find this build order on my in my archive, by the way, that the one Mosca is doing. And now we see 320 is when Firefox advances. Also notice the 3 villagers that was on temple, he got 4 favor. Reason for that is because he wants a Pegasus out, that costs 2 favor, and he wants Achilles out, that costs 2 favor. So 4 favor is usually good. If you don't want a Pegasus early on, you can sit on 2, but Pegasus 50 food, 2 favor, I highly recommend getting it anyways. And this is also an important point in the game. We clicked advance through Ares in this instance, and if we're going for a 2 TC boom, we are going to want... Actually, let me just see if Firefox wrote this to me. He says, we need 7 on wood, 4 on gold if we want a fast town center, And we want 6 on wood, 5 on gold if we want Achilles first. That's what Firefox wrote to me. So this game, let's see what he does, how he distributes his villagers around. Actually 7 on wood, 4 on gold. So he's going for a second TC, despite Mosca advancing this fast. I'm surprised. What is Mosca doing? Surely he should be... Yeah, the Centaur is coming over here now. This is going to be very disruptive to Firefox. He's not ready for this at all. So this slows down the build order. We'll see how well it fares under this much pressure. You see the sentinels here helping out a ton. And this wall helps out a ton as well. Hiding on this bottom side of the storehouse. So now the Centaur can't actually get in here without getting into a risky position here. Really, really good wall here. Don't even need it up. Also take note of that. When you're versus a Centaur early on, you don't even need this wooden wall to be fully built. And now, look at the... Yeah, so because of the disruption there from the Centaur early on, we're lacking a bit of wood. But I think probably it's going to be a village center from Firefox. Much too risky going up here for this town center. And even if it gets it, this is a horrendous town center, so... There we go. It's a village center. 7 villagers building it, and he's continually getting some wood for more houses, for granaries. Maybe he wants pickaxe, I'm not sure. But he shut down the early rush just with sentinels. And the centaur got a little bit of damage, but barely anything. And look how good these sentinels are. Dude, the centaur has barely been aggressive, it felt like. And even still, it just goes down this easily. So the fortifications buff definitely helped out Hades in this matchup, as you can see here. The village center sort of having a double purpose as villager production, but also as a granary. So you save yourself 50 wood here, which is nice. And something you gotta keep in mind here, because we have Vaults of Erebus as Hades here, that means that we are something like 2.5 villagers ahead of the Poseidon player. Not only that, we also advanced around a minute later than they did. I think with 4 additional villagers over the Poseidon player, which means that for much longer time we had 4 additional villagers on the map than they did. And so we are going to... Yeah, that means that we have more resources accumulated early on. Mosca went for a second town center still. Actually went for a very aggressive one. A good one with a gold mine here and some hunt there. Hunt here. It's not the best town center. I don't think it's that good, to be honest. I'll take it back. I don't think it's that good. But I'm pretty sure Firefox's economy is just way superior to Mosca's. And he's seen the towns that are being built. So I think Firefox also realizes that his economy is better than Mosca's. And he's making hoplites and toxotes just to apply some pressure. He sees the granary here as well, so there is a good spot to attack. The centaur is dead. So the Cyclops... You can make this attack without fearing getting raided in your base, basically. Cyclops is probably going to be difficult to find some damage with because there are 2 heroes for Mosca. Atalanta really shuts this thing down. Here we go. Some aggression coming in. 1 villager decides to throw it this way. We'll see if he gets the villager kill. He surely will, right? Yeah. Really high damage on that throw on the villagers without survival equipment. And now, what do you do as Hades? So, keep in mind, like I said, Hades' economy is just way superior to Poseidon's economy right now. Sure, Mosca's got a real town center. We only have a village center. So that means that villager production is slower in the village center. But when you go heroic age, the time is exactly the same, whether it's in a village center or a town center. So that's definitely favoring the village center over the town center. And we're denying Mosca's hunt. That's a really big deal. It's honestly a bigger deal than having slightly faster villager production. Being able to stop this hunting operation is really huge. Yeah, there we see the Atalanta popping out to take care of the Cyclops. There's a Cyclops upgrade coming in from Firefox. I didn't expect this. I never expected that upgrade in versus Poseidon, simply because of how good Atalanta is at shutting these things down. But we'll see how this goes. It's an interesting play from Firefox for sure. He did also go up through Ares, of course, so he can get the... What's it called? Bow of Horror. Which makes Toxotes deal more damage and their arrows fire faster. So it's like a mini ballistics in the classical age. Whoa, Mosca's gone for a third town center. So I think with this in mind, I think the Cyclops play can potentially be really sick. And look at this, 7 villagers on temple. You gotta do something like this if you're Firefox here. What you need more than anything is these Cyclops out, because given the fact that Mosca's gone for a 3 TC boom, he will have a really hard time actually producing military units. So you want to take advantage of that by getting a lot of those Cyclops out. Sick raid here from Mosca. Mosca's under so much pressure. He doesn't have the military advantage, but he's still going for a raid like this. This is why a lot of people say he's like the best Poseidon player. Firefox, honestly, he's sending villagers up here to hunt. That's insane. So Firefox is a bit in between strategies here. It feels like he's pre-queued Aphrodite, and he's got a lot of gold. So maybe these villagers for now are going to be hunting up here, and then they'll maybe plug up a fortress when he gets to the heroic age. I think maybe that's it. I thought he was going to be spamming Cyclops, but it doesn't look like it because he's not really spending his resources at the moment. Has also established an armory. Firefox says, if you don't know what to do with Hades, if you're not sure what strategy to go for, if you go Aphrodite, that's never really a bad thing. And the reason for this is because you get Curse, and Curse gives you so many resources in terms of raw power that it sort of pays for itself almost. And then you also get access to Chiron, you get Ballistics for free with Hades. So actually, as Hades going Aphrodite almost always pays for itself. More really good raids coming in from Mosca. He's got such a nice villager lead at this point. But Aphrodite is queued up. We have 4 villagers on this spot right here. 2 more here, but yeah, Mosca killed a lot of villagers there. An additional one here, so there's a lot of pressure on Firefox right now. Curse gonna be sick. Forward Fortress potentially gonna be really sick. But probably need more than just 4 villagers. It's gonna take a while to get that fortress up. This is on the most recent patch, by the way, where fortresses are now taking much longer to be built. Big army from Mosca, but he retreats, seeing the Cyclops, I guess. I think honestly he could have pushed his advantage there. Obviously there's Curse coming in, that's gonna make things more difficult. You notice the unit composition here from Firefox, it's Cyclops and Toxotes. The reason for this is he wants to use the Toxotes to target down the heroes, and then he wants to let the Cyclops do the rest of the work. And I'm really interested in seeing now, are we going to see a fortress, or are we going to see Cyclops with heavy Toxotes? What is the play going to be here? Looking like he's setting up for a fortress. Yep. And here we go. The Toxotes targeting down the heroes, while the Cyclops are threatening the rest of the Greek army. This is definitely a difficult thing to deal with when you're stuck in the classical age, as Mosca is right now. Dealing with 4 Cyclops and all these Toxotes targeting down the heroes, as you see here. Curse coming in. Have to micro these Cyclops a bit. The throw can be a bit weird. I saw targeted the archers in the back, but it didn't go there for some reason. Once again, another Toxote picked up. Look at this. Could be brutal. Holy. Those Cyclops, man, I tell you. And yo, he can send them over to the gold mine. If he gets a throw on top of this gold mine on all these villas, that's so sick. Pestilence is used now as well. 7 villagers on the fortress. During ceasefire, this fortress builds a bit slower than it would otherwise, but it's still gonna go up relatively quickly. Mosca's under so much pressure. A wall here, I would highly recommend that if I was Mosca here, just to prevent a Cyclops from sneaking in and killing all of these villagers. Notice the vision here from Firefox. He wants to deny this gold mine and this gold mine. This Pegasus up here, I'm not sure what it's doing. It should be sitting here, but fortress is now up. How many is this? 6 Elder Cyclops with Toxotes in the back. Probably should get that medium upgrade, would be really sick. But he's going for the TC now with a Petrobolus to boot as well. Such a nice composition here. When you're versus a Greek player stuck in the Classical Age, this is gonna work. 100% it's gonna work. The Pegasus actually scouted up here, found 4 villagers, which is very good. Yeah, that Pegasus just taking his time there to scout around the map. Look at the score. Mosca's still ahead, 40 villagers ahead. But he's stuck in the Classical Age versus a Cyclops abuser. So it's a horrible situation for Mosca to be in. I'm sure his economy is looking sick, but he cannot get to the Heroic Age. Still not getting there. He has to set up farms. Now he's not getting any gold. So even though he's got this sick villager lead here, it's not really doing that much for him. And the Pegasus is back. Wait, Toxotes is right here? Firefox probably should send like an Achilles up here, would be really sick. See the Cyclops micro here. Beautiful. Beautiful. And see these two? They don't even deal... They deal some... Oh my god. They deal some damage to the Cyclops, but it's not even that much, it feels like. Only 3 Cyclops remaining, 2 Lions, so he's actually built an additional Lion here as well, as all the Cyclops that he's producing. Of course, when you go through Aphrodite, you get access to golden apples, which gives you better favor income. That's really, really good. If you're spamming Cyclops, getting that upgrade is very, very sick. And Mosca, I don't even... Mosca, he's playing Poseidon, so... Whoa, why is he not on this gold mine? He's got villagers up. He's got villagers all over the map, actually. Plus, he is Poseidon, so whenever he trades, he does so better when he sells and buys resources. He does that better than any other Civ because he's Poseidon. I think 15% better or something. This TC goes down to all the mid units. Only a 25 villager lead at this stage. 23 villagers moving up here, but so is a Cyclops. Also a Cyclops going up there. And this unit alone can deal so much damage to a bunch of villagers moving like this. And now Mosca has to just... Oh, this feels so bad. 25 villagers right here. And he's gonna have to retreat. He cannot allow this Cyclops to do its thing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. What? They actually one-shot them? I think maybe that's because of Heroic Age. They get extra damage. That must be it. And Mosca's sending the Wills back under the Cyclops. Theseus is here to deal with it, but I think... Oh no. How did Theseus go back here? Another thrower coming in. Oh! So sick. Firefox takes it. There it is, boys and girls. The power of Cyclops versus a Greek player stuck in the Classical Age. One thing to note here is, if Mosca was Heroic Age himself, he would have access to Hippolyta and even Nemean Lions if he wanted to. And that would make things a lot more difficult for Firefox here. The Cyclops wouldn't get in nearly as much value, and also Mosca would also have access to Peltasts to deal with the archers. So this kind of strategy is something that you do against a greedy Poseidon player who goes 3 town centers, stuck in the Classical Age, with no real counter to the Toxotes Cyclops unit composition here. Alright, so I'm gonna show you now an easier build order for Hades, because this one is quite difficult to pull off, and a lot of you probably want to play Hades, but find this Walls of Erebus build a bit too difficult. So I'm gonna show you one where you just build a granary. It's not quite as efficient, but it's good enough to get started. But for those of you who find the Walls of Erebus build a little too difficult, this should be much more doable. Little trick you can use here is you can use the town centers to kill off the deer, the elks. so that your villagers doesn't have to do it. Plus, you can do it. You can kill the animals while they're close to the granary. That's in general a really good rule to use. When you're hunting right here, try to kill the animals while they're in a good spot. Now we have 2 elks right here that are perfectly placed right next to the granary. We're doing the exact same thing as before. We're looking for this gold mine to go down below 2,900, and then we're going to build a temple. Not going to bother too much with scouting for cows. That's not the point of the video. And just drop off resources and then build a temple. And we're going to send 1 more villager over onto the temple, just to speed things up slightly with regards to getting the Balls of Erebus. And we can pre-queue it by right-clicking the icon already. This wasn't a good kill. So when you are in a situation like this, you want to send villagers over there, wait for it to get into position, and then we kill it. Just so you avoid this slight inefficiency. This one is good. It trolled me. It's not my fault. That wasn't my fault. We're just sending villagers onto food now. So we'll see when we start researching Balls of Erebus here. Once again, just get these elks into position like this. It's just to avoid excessive walking time. In the arcade gates, there's not much you gotta do anyways, so just recommend doing it like this. Spend your time ensuring that your villagers aren't walking needlessly like this girl is. So now Balls of Erebus is in, and we might be... we're not going to be in trouble. That's 8 on food, so we're going to start sending over onto wood now. Ensure that when we have the wood for it, we build the house with a wood chopper, then back on duty. Just like Firefox did in the game I showed, when we have 4 favor, in this case 6, because I missed it, we're going to go over onto gold. And I think if we want to, at this stage, we can advance now. You don't have to. If you want to, you can just drop off resources and then split your villagers. But let's just keep things simple and not advance just yet. Oh, I stopped villager production. Everyone can make mistakes, guys. Even me. Even me. What did we say? 6 on wood. Wait, let me just check actually. What did he say? So 7 on wood, 4 gold if you want fast town center. So let's do that. 7 on wood, 4 on gold. You go there. Use the town center just to move faster from one point to the other. And even get Ajax out. Lots of relics on this map to go to. That was Firefox's rule. 4 on gold if you want a fast TC. 6 on gold if you want Achilles out first. Good rule to know. If you're in a Hades mirror, or if you're versus Gaia, or if you're versus Ra, or some god where you don't really expect to be stopped in your attempt for a town center, you can just go for this without Achilles in the beginning. And then we build a TC like this. I could have sent these villagers out sooner, and then I would have started the town center ever so slightly faster, but this is a great start to the game. And now it's important that we get enough food in. So what I like to do is take maybe 3 of these wood choppers, build a granary next to the chicken, and they automatically drop off wood onto a granary when it's built. So it's very convenient to do it like this. Then of course we need some houses. Do like that. And we're good to go. From this point on, we can stay in Classical Age, build Cyclops like we saw Firefox doing, or we can go Heroic Age, and even do some fast mythic shenanigans with Hephaestus, Alright, so that's the build. These guys should optimally be on food. No real food nearby, so I guess we'll put them over onto wood. And then a nice little trick is these guys on wood, let's put them over onto berries instead then. Or chicken. Guys can go on berry. This is a bad map for us. Really bad map actually. No food available for us. But then what we'll do is the second town center gonna be our trash town center. Except for gold. That's a really good gold mine. But the wood chopper, we're gonna send villagers to wood over here. And then when we can afford it, we'll just start making farm transitions ever so slowly. Get hand axe in, get pickaxe in. Get a granary here when you got the wood for it. There we go. And yeah, this is a really good trick. When you have a town center like this that doesn't provide you any food at all, send your villagers to wood and constantly, as the game progresses, build these farms. So, and once again, you see this guy, he's got 9 wood on him. When the farm is built, it's gonna be dropping off the resources. That, and then he'll go over onto food. Okay? Hope you like this build. Hope you like this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.